Kendra's been your best friend since you were teenagers.
Mhm.
And your niece, Miss Reds, you guys have known each other all your lives. Kendra, they both hit on some really good points.
Mhm.
Kendra was telling you that you need to not focus on the negative views of people, how people see you, perceive you, and just go on, keep moving. And your niece was talking about speaking on how you need to find the root of the problem
Mhm.
and grow from there. It's like healing to heal and figure out which Larry do I want to be. Do I want to be the Larry from before, the one that was in pain, or do I want to be the Larry that learns from my pain, grows, heals, and moves forward?
Mhm.
So who do you want to be? So they both hit some really good points. But my question to you, as the mother of your children and as one of your best friends, would
Mhm.
be: are you trying to grow at this point, or are you just trying to defend yourself?
I know people are going to watch this show and think that this show is about me defending myself. The show is not about me defending myself. I'm in a moment in my life where I have to grow. I want to grow, and I want to show the people that I care about and that I love, and the people who love me and care about me. I want to show them how much I've grown too, because in a way, we all deserve a better Larry, right?
Defending yourself is not growth. You're always going to have people who are going to try to find something negative to say about you. You made a Facebook post about, where you come from, where areas you need to grow on and what's happened in your past. And people took that and attacked it, of course. And then you know, they're trying to, make it seem like you're this horrible person. But the reality is we're all human and we don't know, you know, what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's done something wrong in their lives. And that's
Mm-hmm.
just the reality. So them speaking out negatively on what you've done, even though you were, you know, strong enough, brave enough to post about, your mistakes, which a lot of people don't even like to take accountability for their own bad choices. Um,
Especially those kinds of behaviors and choices.
right. Because like, yeah, and the fact that you spoke on that and took accountability for that just is amazing in itself. And you're always gonna, like, and those people that are trying to judge or look down on you or make you look bad because of it, that doesn't make them a good person, because again, you don't know what they've done. They
And
just are not.
it's funny that you asked me, was I defending myself or growing, and that you said that defense is not growth, because I got a letter from uh, a person who follows me and what I do, and my work in the community and in politics and stuff. And uh, he asked me, well, he said to me, stop publicly defending yourself against other people's negative views of you. And I'm not defending myself anymore, right? I can't even show or document my growth, and do something. For me, this is a project. This is healing.
Right. And that's all that matters. That's the point. That's the point. Is like Kendra spoke on, just focusing on your growth. And if that's why you're doing it, then you're going to succeed. This is going to be successful to me, because the point is there are a lot of people who, like I said, have made mistakes, messed up, made bad choices. And watching you, a young black motivated man reaching for the stars and destined to do great things, they'll see you and they'll be like, dang, I messed up too. I messed up before, and you know, look at where he's come from. He's messed up, and he's taking accountability, and he's growing. You and I have been through our things in the past, but that's not anybody else's story to tell. That's ours. And at the end of the day, regardless of what we've been through, you and I look at where we are. It just goes
Mhm.
to show that the choices that we make and the choices that we make don't define who we are. And it's all about growing, taking accountability, and then moving forward. So with that, I just say people are always going to find something wrong with you,
Mhm.
especially when you're in the public eye. You are in the public eye. So people are always going to try to pick, probe, find, make up things to make you look bad. especially because you're intimidating. So when you are a strong person who speaks out for themselves, speak up for themselves, you know, it intimidates people. And so people have to find a way to try to destroy you. That's just how it goes. But you know, I personally feel like as long as you know where your heart is, as long as you know that you are doing this for the right reasons, and you know that you've accepted and taken accountability, and you are trying to reach goals that you have had on your heart for like your whole life almost, before you even met me. You've been reaching for these goals and working towards bettering the communities, regardless of where you lived. You know that's who you are. God's going to get you there, no
Never knew I
matter.
was going to be in politics, though.
I mean, hey, you never know where you're going to be. You don't know. You could be the next president. You don't know. Nobody knows. Okay. You don't know. So at the end of the day, like I said, all you can do is live for today. The past is the past. You're taking accountability. Today, I am Larry. I am not defined by what I've done. I accept and I apologize for what I've done, but I'm not going to choose to live in that past. I have grown. I am no longer making those mistakes. I'm no longer making those choices. And now I'm ready to move forward and be who God's called me to be. That's my message to you, because we, like I said, I'm here. We have three children. We who are watching you. They look up to you. They look at who you are when they see you speaking, and I show them their videos. They're like, oh, that's my dad, you know, and they're just like, yeah, daddy. And that's what matters. That's what matters. And it's like, and I see you, and like I said, we were together, we went through our things, but I've seen you fight you have to fight for your job. I've seen people try to belittle and pick on you, and I've seen you have to really go against a whole group of people by yourself, with everybody being against you. I watched you type up speeches and have to write letters, and I had to edit or read over it, proofread. I'm like, all right, are we done? You know, I've been there with you. So I'm so proud to see the growth that you've made. Like, you have grown. I don't care what mistakes you've made. It takes a lot to accept I messed up and I've grown. And I personally am proud of you, and you are a great father, and you have children that are looking to you. So when you heal for yourself and heal for them, because they already look up to you. They already think you're amazing and that you're great. Let that motivate you. Whatever people think about you, the people that don't know you at all, what they think about you is irrelevant. Sometimes it's easier for people to focus on bringing other people down so they can take the heat off of themselves, so they can not focus on what they've done wrong. I don't want to take accountability, so let me just pick on this person who I see what he did wrong, so let me mess with him so I can make myself feel better. You know, and they never take accountability. We don't pay attention to those things because they don't decide where you're going, and they don't decide who you are. People are always going to have something wrong to say about you. I don't care what you do. Save 10 orphans from a burning building. They're going to say, oh, remember back in 2005 when he did this? But he just saved 10 orphans. But I'm just saying, do you remember? Let's not forget that. They don't care. That's how it is. So my point is, don't focus on that kind of stuff. It's just, as long as God knows your heart, as long as he knows where you're going and what he has for you, and you know, that's what we need to focus on. Because I know you're going through a lot with your campaign and everything that's going on. And I know it's normal for people to feel discouraged in times like this when everybody's coming at you with so much negativity and judgments. But I was watching Joyce the other day, and she was telling a story about how she started public speaking. She talking about the first time she ever spoke publicly in front of people. She was so scared because she was just used to doing Bible studies out of her living room. So she said it was by chance. She said someone had dropped out of a big convention, and then somebody knew somebody that knew somebody that knew her, and they called and was like, "Oh, just see if she wants to come." She said that's how it was. Just see if she wants to do it. So she said, "Okay, I'll do it." So she went. She had her little tapes that she made, and she had her table set up. She said she looked at the tables, and it said Reverend Doctor, and then Joyce. And she was like, I'm not a reverend or a doctor. I don't have none of those titles. But then she said she heard the little negative comments, and people were like, who is that? Like, who is she? Do you know her? You know, and it got a little discouraging for her. And when she went up to speak, she said she was so nervous that nothing came out at first. She was like, and then she, had all these negative thoughts, and it was like, just go back. You're not good enough. Nobody's going to like you. And she said she decided to speak anyway. She spoke, said her piece, and then they asked her to come back and speak again. So she still had those negative voices and thoughts like, nobody's going to come and see me again. Nobody cares about what I have to say. I'm nobody. And she said when she went to speak again, it was so many people that everybody couldn't fit into the room. They were out in the hallways trying to listen to her. Yeah. And then after it was over, they ran to the table and bought up all her tapes. And now she is who she is. She's where she is on TV, everywhere, traveling, being a great speaker and speaking the gospel and encouraging and lifting up people, including me. So I say this to say, what God has for you is for you, regardless of who believes it or who believes in you or not. So just like in Isaiah chapter 9, I think I told you about this scripture before, where it says, no matter what they plot against you, no matter how big your enemy is, if God says no, it's no. So if he says, you're not touching him, because he's going to go where I'm taking him, and you're going to get there. Don't care what they say or what they try to do. People are going to come for your show and kind of try to doubt it and doubt the genuity of it. But it's important for you to remember that these are real relationships. I am really the mother of your children, your best friend. Kendra is also another best friend, and Miss Reds is your niece. We all have conversations with you. I know for myself, you and I will talk for hours, especially when you're going through something. We'll talk and we'll just go on and just discuss encouraging things with you and stuff like that. So this is real. So as long as you remember that regardless of what people say, this is real. We've seen your growth. I've seen your growth. We have all three of us, Miss Kendra and Miss Reds, we've all seen your growth. We know who you are. Focus on that and just keep going and don't pay anybody else any mind. God loves you and he has a purpose for you. If you focus on that, I know you're going to succeed. I believe in you wholeheartedly. So I know that you're going to succeed.
Thank
you. I say that to say, you're welcome, that what you're doing on the show is completely amazing. I've seen your growth. You have grown so much, and I'm very proud of you. And just make sure, like I said, that you focus on you're doing this for the right reasons. You're doing this because I want to tell my story, and I want to hopefully encourage someone else to grow and to not beat themselves up because of their mistakes and to not focus on the negativity around them. So just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, never to defend yourself. Because again, defending yourself is not growth. You don't grow fighting every battle. Every battle is not yours. You have to choose your battles and then say, okay, this is my battle to fight. I can control this a little bit. I'm going to give the rest of it to God. I'm not going to focus on that stuff. And you're going to succeed. I know you will. I said I don't want